One of the biggest tragedies happening right now amongst the young men of the world is that nobody ever asks them what they actually want from life. From the moment that we grow up, everyone around us tells us what success should look like. Teachers, parents, friends, society, social media, government, go to university, get the safe job, climb the ladder, stay around where you know, where is safe, where is comfortable. Do what everyone else is doing. And if you're a young man right now watching this video, then you've probably followed some of that advice. But deep down, you know that something doesn't quite feel right. You wake up exhausted even after a good night's sleep. You feel disconnected. You're struggling to find the motivation, the energy. People around you might even say that you're lazy and that you should just suck it up, toughen up, get on with it. And I'm making this video to tell you today that that is not the case. What if you're not lazy? What if you're just building a life that you haven't been called to live? Because I was in that position and I know just how exhausting that can be. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's not right, it's tough, but there is a way out of it. I genuinely believe that a reason as to why a lot of young men feel lost in 2026 is because they're building a life that doesn't mean anything to them. There's no value in it. And today I'm going to give you the advice that I wish someone gave me when I was 18 or so. Most people are not living intentionally. They're living by default. They're not choosing their lives, they've inherited them. Someone tells them what success should be like, and they follow it because they don't want to disappoint anyone or differ from the crowd. They spend years climbing a ladder that they never chose. That was me. It might be you as well. And one day, maybe in 30 years, maybe it's earlier for you, you kind of wake up and realize and wonder, why is there this empty feeling? And that is because achievement without purpose, without meaning, is exhausting. It doesn't mean anything. It's not why we're here. And that's the scary thing, is that you can do everything that society tells you is successful. You can get the money, you can get the top job, you can get all of these material possessions and everything. And there will still be something deeply missing in your soul. And you can't avoid it. Many young men out there are not depressed because they are weak or whatever society tells them. Lazy, it's none of that. They are just severely disconnected from their calling, from God, from meaning, from real purpose. And the thing that I want to get across in this video for you today is that God places those desires in you for a reason. I used to think purpose, meaning was just something that you randomly discovered one day. You just randomly come across it and that's it. You've got it, you're happy for the rest of your days if you live by it. But the older I get, the more that I go on my own personal journey, the more that I realize that God leaves clues, not sinful desires, not selfish desires, but things that genuinely make you come alive. The things that you'd happily spend hours learning about. The things that you naturally feel pulled towards and want to do it. Maybe it's building businesses, maybe it's writing, maybe it's fitness and health. Maybe it's helping people, maybe it's teaching, maybe it's creating art, music, whatever it is. It might be as simple as just becoming a father one day and having a family and providing for them. That's great. I don't believe that God just randomly gave everybody different gifts. Romans 12 talks about different members of one body having different functions. Not everyone is designed for the same assignment, which means comparing your life, your journey to someone else's, to society's version of success, to your family's idea of what you should be doing, doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And if you continue to live by what others are telling you is right, then you're most likely going to continue to have this feeling of emptiness and lack of purpose and real meaning in life. Because you're not doing what God has called you to do for your assignment in this realm, in this life that you have here on earth. Following the crowd is so dangerous Because that's something that I've realized, is that the crowd is usually chasing security, but God calls people toward faith, and faith never really feels secure. It doesn't feel safe. It feels like taking a leap of faith into the unknown. You don't know if it's going to work out or not, but there's just something that's calling you deep inside of you to just go and do it. And that is the thing that I urge you to listen to and to act on, as long as it's good for mankind, as long as it's a good thing. Think about Noah, think about Moses, think about David, think about the disciples. From the outside, many of God's plans looked ridiculous, looked like they were never going to be able to happen. But God's plan for you isn't comfort, it's not security, it's not safety and playing it safe in this world. It's transformation, it's growth, it's alignment. It's becoming the best version of you, which is never going to happen when you're just playing it safe and playing by other people's versions of goals and success. And here's a real truth that nobody is telling young men. You can force yourself to do pretty much anything for a short period of time, but you cannot fake that passion forever. Eventually, the steam is going to run out. Eventually, discipline runs into meaning. And if you hate the direction that you're heading in, burnout usually follows. I've experienced that. It's not nice. It's a horrible feeling to be on this journey which you know is heading in the wrong direction, and you've only got yourself to blame for going on it. You've avoided what you have actually been called to do. Meanwhile, you look at the person that genuinely loves what they do and they're constantly improving. They're waking up full of energy. They don't need motivation every day. They don't need to rely on that spark. It's just there. They care about what they're doing. They love it. And that gives those people a huge advantage in the world. That's why two people can work equally as hard at something, and one of them will become exceptional at it, and the other one will maybe quit or burn out or just stop things altogether and choose a different direction eventually. Because one of them is operating from obligation towards what they think is success, and one of them is obligating from a calling from within, from God, from something higher, from meaning, purpose, alignment. And something that I need you to understand is that your gifts were never meant to serve you alone. This is really important, because following your calling is not about selfishness and greed and accumulating as much material possessions as you can. It's about service. The gifts that God blessed within us are for other people. If God made you a teacher, teach. If He blessed you with creativity, create and share that creation. If He gave you strength, protect others, help others. If He blessed you with wisdom, share it. Purpose isn't found by asking, what do I gain from this? It's found by asking, who and how many people can I help? And here's the thing, when you focus on serving and helping and sharing with others, then fulfillment often follows that. For me, earlier in my early 20s, I fell for the trap as well. I fell for the corporate route that I knew didn't feel right to me, but because everyone around me was doing it, everyone around me was telling me that I should do it, society was saying I should do it, the university lecturers were saying what I should do, I fell for it. And whilst I was actually quite good at the things that I was doing in the corporate world, I could only ever last in a job about 6 months before I fully burned out and couldn't simply do it any longer. I thought I was the only one. I didn't understand what was going on. It was really painful. But eventually, when you go through these struggles, when you go through these pains, these setbacks, these questionings of life, you eventually find yourself on the right path, and you can start to work on the gifts that you've been blessed with. And it's only through those trials and tribulations that I can actually say that I was able to go onto the right path. And I found that fitness and faith changed my life, and that creating gives me meaning, helping others gives me purpose, moving to Thailand for a better life, a better quality of life was the right thing for me to do. at this point in my life? So sometimes, yes, you do have to go through those trials and tribulations, those setbacks and losses to actually discover what it is that you really want, what you actually value, what is meaningful and purposeful for you. And it's through those times where you can really understand what is God intending for you to do here and how can you go about doing it. So if you're a young man watching, hearing this, then there's something that I want you to know. You don't need to become somebody else. You don't need to copy the other people around you. You don't need to listen to society, to what your parents value, to what the teachers are telling you to do. And you don't need to have your whole life figured out by the time you're 25. Spend time with God. Develop your character. Work hard. Serve others. Get yourself fit and healthy and strong. Help others to do the same. Pay attention to what God has placed inside of you with your gift and share that gift with other people. Trust God. Trust the timing. Trust the unfolding of your life. Trust the season that you're in right now. It might be a building season. It might be a painful season. It might be a season of blessings. It doesn't matter what season you're in right now. It's for the betterment of your higher self, for the best version of you, because it's going to give you exactly what you need to be able to get onto the road, onto the path to becoming who you are actually meant to become in this life. And sometimes the path that makes least sense to this world that we're in is the one that God prepared specifically for you and you only. I appreciate you watching. I'll catch you in the next video.